Hello everyone, and welcome to our Assassin's Creed Valhalla Let's Play. Today we embark upon our journey with ringing Cyne Belle.
Look, lads! There's Eivor!
We're with you,
See,
Eivor!
our fletchers have arrows enough for everyone. 20 to a man.
Long live Giedrich!
Abbott's not the healthiest.
None will stop
Bring those...
Giedrich,
Eivor, have you dealt Edwin a few bruising blows?
I have. She'll feel the pain soon enough.
Excellent. My men are itching to attack the fortress, but we'd be fools to force it now.
Why is that?
On account of Edwin's got too many traps and defences. Her springalds cut us to bloody stumps before they poured boiling oil upon us like a summer tempest.
Keep the men at the ready. I'll slip in alone and see what I can do about these defenses.
By my joints and ankles, you're a tough one.
None will stop us!
Eivor, Giedrich, and victory!
Alrighty here, looks like we are going to be able to scale up the side of this structure. Obviously got to be a little bit careful. This flag is actually really kind of waving in the wind, so to speak, and it looks like we're going to come up right behind this guy. Gonna shove our serrated steel right into his neck. I don't think he's going to be needing it. Now, in the meantime, I'm actually going to call up our good old friend here to see if we can figure out some additional information about the area that we're kind of walking ourselves into at the moment. Looks like we're going to be able to take out 2 of those to start with over on that side. It looks like there might be something over here as well, so we may actually be able to do most of this stuff right in the front section. If that is indeed the case, of course our life becomes a little bit easier, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be a pretty difficult challenge considering that we do have multiple archers that are kind of all over the place. I am going to see what this guy does here before we get too overzealous, because I'm curious to see if he's actually going to come up here and try to reinforce the area. Unfortunately, it looks like for him, his time unfortunately is going to be coming to an end really quickly. I do wish him all the best, but unfortunately he made kind of a grave error there. Now we do actually need to jump over here.
Springles are large bolt casters. I must disable them.
Alright, so we were able to successfully get that sabotaged. Now it does look like we do have something else all the way up there as well. Of course I'm going to meander my way all the way over there and see if we can't do something about that. In the meantime, we do have another one of these that we can sabotage, so that way when we do inevitably break through the gate, they don't start unloading all of these absolute monstrous arrows at us, considering that those things do so much damage and they actually really hurt.
Cauldrons.
Now, as of the moment, we're looking pretty good. We do have an archer over there, so we do have to be careful of that gentleman. It looks like we do have a few more individuals as well. Man, we are kind of really in a really peculiar spot at the moment. You know, unfortunately, I'm not quite sure how to get over there without killing everybody. I don't think they want us to start the war too early, considering that we kind of need reinforcements, though. That guy did not stand a single chance. I mean, when you're a master assassin, he should have known that his chances of survival were pretty weak anyway. Unfortunately, we might actually have kind of created a little bit of a problem here. I'm hoping that this is still salvageable, considering that I don't see everybody running over to us just yet, but we are really going to find ourselves in kind of a peculiar spot here in just a moment if we're not careful. Now, for the most part, I think once this guy comes around the corner, I should be able to kill him. Everybody else seems to be, for the most part, not really paying too close attention. I do need to be careful of this one gentleman, though, over here, considering that he could really create a lot of problems for us if he decides to be a little too antsy. And as well, he could also be a little bit more intelligent than his fellow soldiers. Got one more of these and our life should be quite a bit easier.
There's more to be done, but this should be enough to launch the assault. Now it's down to Gietrich to lead his men.
Obviously, we need to sneak our way all the way back out of here, but in just a moment, I should be able to just simply jump right over here, and we should be able to get out of the compound now. Now, of course, we're going to head back over to our good old buddies over here that were preparing for the war, and in just a moment, we'll actually see what they have to say about everything.
I say we wait. There's too much riding on this.
I am Sigurd Jarl, Lord of East Mercia, and I say we fight! Now!
You're a good man, Sigurd, and I'm thankful.
Is it done?
It is.
And have you laid your poles of hazel and composed your poems for this coming victory?
I'm here to speak with Gietrich.
Go on then, you master of aids.
Still dreaming of your precious stone?
It is not dreams that led me here, Eivor. I've had visions, prophecies from the gods.
Visions.
I'll sacrifice to Tyr this day, the Lord of Justice, the harbinger of flawless victory.
Sigurd, what prophecies?
Are we ready to assault the castle, Eivor? The signs and portents read well.
We are ready. Give the command.
Good. And let's be quick about it. My scouts tell me a force of King Alfred's men is on the march. Let's end this before that flap-mouthed pudding has a chance to hit back.
Back.
Alrighty, everybody, it looks like we're actually going to be heading up into the front section. As we can see, lots of guys are actually having a really bad day at the moment. Of course, it isn't really our responsibility to really fight every single one of these guys. Of course, this big boy over here, I might shoot him in the head a couple of times just to kind of really make him angry. He doesn't quite strike me as somebody that's a big fan of having things thrown at him, ultimately getting stabbed. You know, all those great things that ultimately are not going to be happening to this guy, considering that we're going to shove that right in his soul. Now, it does look like we do need to shoot some links in order to drop the bridge down. I'm going to see if I can't actually see something that might make our life a little bit easier. Obviously, I believe we were able to successfully get one of them taken out of commission. It looks like we have one more over here, and that ultimately is going to drop this bad boy.
It's open!
Take the castle!
Spare no one!
Well, rest assured, we will definitely not be sparing anybody. Let's actually get out of this particular area, though, considering that we're going to end up running into too many archers that actually have a little bit too much of a line of sight on us, though. Able to successfully take that guy out of commission. As you guys can see, a few more individuals on the ground level, but it looks like we actually need to work our way all the way over to that top section over there. Obviously going to kind of dodge some of these incoming arrows, considering that they kind of do some damage, they kind of hurt, they make our life a little bit more challenging than it otherwise needs to be. Looks like we are going to be scaling the wall here. I'm actually going to try to get away from that as quick as possible. Definitely had to be careful of that. That actually could have really hurt us quite a bit.
Bleeding dunghill.
Does look like, unfortunately, that actually did create some problems. Looks like we're actually going to need to try to get onto the ground level. So let's actually see if we can't drop down here and see if we can actually get our reinforcements in here, considering that we actually really need these guys to come and help us. As of the moment, we're going to be jumping inside of here, and I don't think these guys are going to be a really big fan of us kind of coming in here. I think they kind of expected them to be pretty lucky, but unfortunately, as a master assassin, once we kind of get ourselves situated, we should be able to do some really good damage, though. Really challenging in these kind of particular areas, considering that we really have to be on top of our game, and with this being so close combat, it does make things a little bit more challenging when we really have to be focusing our fire. However, let's start getting this opened up so that way we can get some of these guys in here, because we actually need to have quite a bit of help.
It's open!
Pour through, man!
Find Edwin!
Fight me yourself, coward!
Lady Edwin!
She has bodyguards!
I'm actually going to see if I can't do a little bit of ranged attack here. Obviously, we're not dealing a ton of damage, but a little bit of damage is always better than absolutely nothing. This guy needs to get absolutely away from me right now because he's really kind of an inconvenience more than anything. Trying to line up some of those really good headshots. Obviously, they deal quite significant damage. It is very advantageous for us to do that. However, I'm actually going to try to lock on to several of these guys. Alright, unfortunately we have run out of our ranged abilities. It looks like we actually are going to have to kind of come in a little bit for some combat. I'm actually going to kind of Zerg rush right over to her and see if we can't deal some really good damage though.
We'll use your flesh as mulch for our crops.
You felled the lofty lady.
Do what you must, Thane of Dungheaps. As one loyal to her shire and her people, I know which of us God favors.
Eivor bested you. It's for Eivor to decide your fate.
You fought with honor and purpose. For that, I put you in Giedrich's care. You will see you're treated well.
I will, so long as you recant your friendship with that pot of warm piss, King Alfred.
Agreed.
Take her away.
I fulfilled my promise to you. I trust you'll do the same. An oath between our people.
Aye, you've done us well, Eivor. I thank you. And if ever you need the like, I'll do what I can.
I will. Count on it.
I'd be quick about plundering. King Alfred will be on his way, and he won't be alone.
Running out of ground beetles again.